How do you spend a game day when you can't play? How do you stay mentally engaged? How do you prepare so for when the next opportunity comes, you're ready? Alright, happy game day everybody. I don't know if I was going to film this video, but today is a little different because yes, it is game day, but my team is about 4,500 kilometers away in Vancouver, and I'm here in Montreal. Surprise! If you've been following along, you know that in our last game, I got a red card, which that means I'm suspended for today's game. And obviously, that's disappointing. I go through my emotions a bit more on my podcast and how I deal with it. So if you want to check that out, podcast is right here. But every athlete wants to be out there competing for their team, on game day especially. But I also think this is a good opportunity for you guys to see the part of professional sports that people don't really see. Everyone sees the 90 minutes on the field. Everyone sees the mistake I did. I got 2 yellow cards and I got a red card. I've never gotten a red card before, and I take full responsibility for my poor and unfortunate mistake that I made. But, people see the 90 minutes, people see the highlights, people see the goals, the wins, the mistakes, but what people don't really see and what my channel tries to encompass is everything that comes after or everything that comes before even. How do you spend a game day when you can't play? How do you stay mentally engaged? How do you prepare so for when the next opportunity comes, you're ready? I thought I'd bring you guys along. Today's Wednesday. The team left on Monday. I hang out with the non-traveling group as well and the injured players. So yesterday, for example, I went in the facility, trained, and also did a lift. But today is kind of like a lower day. I wasn't obliged to go in the facility today, so I was recommended to do some light touches on my own. So I thought I'd bring you guys a little bit along, talking a little bit about the process and also just keeping you guys a bit aware about what goes on, because it is truly not the greatest feeling not traveling. And I know this is my fault, 100%, like I said, but there are other reasons why you won't travel or why you can't travel. And I feel like I want to shed some light on how it's not always the best feeling, or it's not always sunshine and rainbows when you are a professional athlete. So let me take you along with me today. I'm actually right now gonna be going to train. Let me change my outfit real quick. So welcome, new fit, new me. I think at the end of the day, life is all about how you respond to it, and that's so easy to say and harder to do, but that's what makes it fun. At least that's what I'm telling myself. So my other teammates that are injured right now are at the facility because they have a rehabilitation program. I am lucky enough that I am healthy, of course. So for me, it's about maintaining my load and managing what I'm doing to make sure that I'm okay when I come back. And yesterday, for example, after our training session, I did a run pretty hard. It was kind of intense. It was all the way down the field and back, 45 seconds and 30 seconds rest. Do that about 6 times. And now I'm here doing a lower session today because tomorrow is going to be a high, heavy session. So I'm lucky that I have the freedom to listen to my body today and create my own session. But yeah, let me take you along with me, babe. Woo! All right, hi everybody. So I'm at the spot. Basically, this is like the back of a school and we're gonna do some wall ball. So I remember coming here when I was, again, growing up, and the point of me being here right now isn't to make up for my mistake I made or my bad performance, and it's not to be like, oh my gosh, look, I'm working so hard, blah blah blah. No, it's truly to feel like myself again, and it's truly to get the relationship back with the ball and honestly get a light little workout in, get some touches in, and have fun, you know, because at the end of the day, life's too short. It's all about having fun. Even though if you were to ask me after the game how much fun I was having, I wouldn't give you an answer. Also, don't forget to have a warm-up. Even when you do like individual stuff and you might not think it's too serious, make sure you do a warm-up. So another reason why I'm training is because as a professional, you should be, regardless of your state. Obviously, if you're in a healthy state, yes, you should be training. But I mean, whether you're starting, whether you're benched, whether you're not traveling, you should be training. That's a non-negotiable. That's not, who would have thought you gotta train? Who would have thought? I also think one of the biggest misconceptions of being a pro athlete is how exciting it is every single day. Because there are days where it won't be exciting. There are days where you're gonna be playing in front of thousands of people, and there are days where it's just a ball on the wall, baby. And both days are important. Both days are necessary in the process. Happy game day! Hey, Lisa P!
How are you, bro? Where are you?
I'm outside. Man, how are you? How you feeling?
I'm great.
It's just a ball and a wall.
That's a beautiful thing.
There's something so therapeutic about like just kicking a ball against the wall.
Really and truly, like that's, and like on concrete also with that one, it's like major nostalgic throwback. Are those your futsal shoes?
Yeah, you like? I got these shoes when I was like a flag bearer at the Women's World Cup in like 2015 or something, I don't know.
How are those still okay?
And how haven't my feet grown? Good question. Good question. Yo, honestly, like, it sucks not being there, but I'm really excited to watch the game and cheer you guys on tonight.
Aww.
No, it's true. It's true. It's going to be really hard because it's going to be at 10 p.m. and that's my bedtime. Yeah. But, hey, you know what? Just let go and have fun.
That's such good advice.
Honestly, just trust your instinct. You've done the hard work and it's just like being free. Surrender to it all, you know? Yeah. Say hi. Hey!
Hi.
Perfect. Lisa Petruski, what a real one. So, my team's so awesome. Like, people have been texting me, checking in on me, and saying hi, and just including me. So I feel really, really grateful and lucky. But now we get to start. I'm gonna do a quick warm up, and let's go. Usually when I start warming up with the Roses, I play two touch with Claire. So this is my two touch. Pardon? Oui. Oui. See, that was pretty sweet. See, that's a sign. It's a sign. He told me to keep going. That's a sign. By the way, growing up I used to get so mad at this part of it because it would be bouncing. Like the ball would be bouncing so hard on the concrete, but it prepared me. sweat a lot. So even though it's a lighter practice, I am still sweating. So just putting that out there. If anyone's embarrassed that they're sweating, don't be. I used to be, so I get it. But just whatever, it's human. Did 51 minutes of football. That's good. That's good for me. Glad it was intense. I don't need to be here for 3 hours. I just need to be focused and make sure my body's also feeling ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow's a heavier day at the office. So, all right, let's go. All right, hi. So, got home, showered, ate a little bit, and now I actually have Spanish class. So, if you don't know me, surprise. I take Spanish classes twice a week with my tutor, Juan. Perfecto! En Perú hay, no sé cómo decirlo, pero seguro médico, allí. ¿Puedo decir como eso? Seguro, ok. Ah, ok, entiendo. Mis amigos y yo hemos hecho una videollamada larga esta semana. Ok. ¿Qué es una videollamada? Oh, videollamada, ok. Sí, video call. Okay. Entiendo, okay. So, I'll be watching, obviously, the game from home tonight. It's at 10 p.m. Montreal time. So, I'm gonna really try hard to stay awake. Obviously, I'm gonna stay awake. Something that pisses me off, oh my gosh. I remember this happened in college. So, I'm gonna go on a little rant here. There would be girls that wouldn't play, that wouldn't watch the game. Like girls on the team that wouldn't play and they still wouldn't watch the game. That would piss me off because you're still on the team. Like, be a bit respectful. I just don't understand. Okay, like, why wouldn't you watch the game if you're injured or if you're non-traveling or something like that? You know, watch the game. It's your team. It's a team sport. Like, ugh, okay, I'm done. I'm done. But yeah, it is 7 p.m. right now. They play in 3 hours. Oh, maybe I take a nap. But right now, I'm just gonna chill. And, you know, obviously I'd rather be with the team, but supporting your teammates doesn't only happen when you're on the field, babe. I'll be cheering them on from here, and then tomorrow, it's back to work. All right, it's currently 9:36 p.m., waiting for the game to start in around 25 minutes. But look, I asked Claire if she could send me a video of the field. Look. But it's so cute. I don't know if you heard that. She said, I miss you, Chloe. Oh, I feel like I'm there, except I'm not. And then Claire sent me a picture. Grounding for Chloe. Oh, because they know I love to ground. So my teammates are grounding. Look, and I miss them. That's so cute. Just waiting for the game to start. Yeah, it's going to be really weird watching it at home. But it's life. Here we go.
The backs of Montreal, co-captain Megan Sauvé. Sauvé has been
Allô, les Roses! Alright, hello. So, I'm just gonna go to bed right now. We got the win, 4-3. Bit of a challenging but exciting game to watch, actually, for the fans. So, it's midnight. It's 12:11. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so the next day, we had a training session. Actually, instead of me talking about it, let me just show you. So, I don't have the actual footage of us training. So what you're gonna see now is right after training. I'm doing an extra run, and thankfully, we have my strength coach, Yanni, that joined me in this run. So the first part of the run is, like you see here, is just to do box sprints. So walk, as you can see, we're walking, and then sprint the whole way. We only did 2 of these, but yeah, I wish I had some footage of the training itself because it was pretty intense and pretty fun. So this post-training top-up took around maybe 15 minutes. So yeah, And then right after that, we went into similar thing. So we walked the width of the box and then sprinted until the other 18. So I think Yanni is such a real one for doing this with me. So he ends up doing the whole thing with me, which I really appreciate. But we did, again, around 6 of these. So as you can see, we're sprinting. And I think we look kind of funny when we're sprinting. Like from this angle, it looks like we're playing FIFA. And my legs were already starting to feel a little heavy from the training session we had before. It was a really intense training session. It was good. We did passing. We did finishing. We did a lot of technical work. So you get a lot of technical touches, a lot of quantity of touches, but then quality of touches. So obviously, since we're a smaller group, we get more touches compared to a team training, which is why I think individual training and small group training is so important, because I touched the ball, I don't even know how many more times more in this training session than I did in a team training session. And that's not the fault of the team training session. That's just the nature of it. So then after, we rested 2 minutes, and then we did full field, 45 seconds on, 45 seconds off, 6 times. And that was really hard. That was really, really hard. But we did it. And one trick for me during these runs is that I just try to focus on my form, and I just try to focus on something that is neutral and doesn't hurt. So like I focus on my eyelids. That's a funny little trick I have. But shout out to Yanni and for the rest of the staff for helping with this. That is another episode of Day of My Life. Welcome! If you're new here, please join the little family that we got going on, because I am making this for my future kids and anyone else that can get a little nugget out of my journey. So, message for my future kids is a quote that I saw on Pinterest. If you know me, you know I love Pinterest. But the quote is, Wait, what's the quote? Wait, let me pull up my Pinterest. I hope no one finds my Pinterest. That's like my secrets. That's like all my quotes in there. Okay, there we go. So this quote is the message for my future kids. Grow through what you go through. You could be going through anything. It could be like something like this. It could be something totally unrelated. At the end of the day, as long as you grow through it, it's an experience. You either win or you learn, or you can do both. You can win and you learn. So in this moment, for this situation, definitely, I didn't feel like I won a lot in terms of the circumstances and in terms of literally winning the game or in terms of literally winning performance-wise. However, I always try to count the small wins. So showing up, even if it's hard, even if you don't feel like it, that is what matters in order to respond correctly. So anyways, thank you so much for following along. I'll see everybody in the next video. Au revoir!